Okay, so these are some of the investments that I made, some of the purchases that I made back in February to send off to grading. I bought every single card through Starstock, Starstock A quality card. And one of the things you'll notice is that I paid quite a bit of money for some of these players who clearly are worth what what I paid for them back then. However, I didn't lose as much money as maybe I would have had I purchased the PSA 10 card at that time, and that's one of the things that I want to show. Um, that I'm going to do this on another episode, but I believe that buying a Starstock A card is actually a better investment than buying the PSA 10 itself. And so let's take a look at this list. The first card on this list is Domantas Sabonis, and I purchased his Prism base rookie card. I also included the pop count, which is how many cards have graded a PSA 10. And you can see here that there have been 105 PSA 10s graded. That's how many there are in existence to this day. Now, that number will go up, but the question is how much will it go up? Just to compare, a Luka Doncic rookie card has approximately 17,000 PSA 10 base Prism rookie cards. The Domantas Sabonis will never get to that number. It won't get anywhere near 17,000. The reason for that, lower print run. Back in 2016, 2017, there just weren't as many cards printed. And again, we'll get into that in another episode as well as to whether or not base cards are good investments or not. My short answer to that is it would depend on what year you're buying the base card, and this is a perfect example of that. If you're a Domantas Sabonis believer and you believe that he's going to have a good career, or at least next year maybe make another all-star appearance and his team might make the playoffs, then he might be a good investment at a low price point. You see his PSA 10 is $150. So I bought this card for $160. This cost includes the grading fee. So I actually paid $130.77. I'm not really sure where that 77 cents came from, to be honest with you. That's kind of a weird price point on Starstock, but we'll just go with it. So including the grading fee, I paid $160, which by today's prices is an outrageous amount of money for a raw Domantas Sabonis card. But the thing about this is it was already pre-graded, so it's most likely going to get either a PSA 9 or a PSA 10. And then I run the Starstock A value, which I've done in another video, and I'll probably do it again. I calculate the value based on the probability of getting a PSA 9 or a PSA 10. So in this case, the Starstock A value is $97.50. I paid $160 for the card, so I lost $63, and that's a 39% loss. So not uncommon for anyone who purchased cards in February at the peak. Probably lost some money somewhere. So I just want to go through here, and I did buy another Domantas Sabonis base Prism rookie card. At the time, I thought I was getting a great deal. I paid $64.77 plus the $30 grading fee, so my total cost was $94. My Starstock A value today is $97.50, so I'm roughly break even on this card, surprisingly, and that's kind of the benefit of the Starstock A. Again, if both of these cards come back at PSA 9, I lost. But the chances are one of them is going to come back at PSA 10 because roughly 50% of the cards that get graded, the high quality cards, come back at PSA 10. So I like those odds, and that's kind of what we're working with here. This card, I believe, is a solid investment. The Josh Allen Optic base rookie card. There's 613 PSA 10 graded cards in existence. So again, not that many. It's actually, and the pop count will go up on this card as well. But again, how much is the question? And for this one, I'm not entirely sure. It could double, it could triple. Even if there were 1,800 Josh Allen PSA 10 rookie cards, that's not a high number in my opinion. So I just want to throw that out there as well. These cards I paid roughly $180 each. I bought 3 of them. And today, currently, the PSA 10 trades for $429. The PSA 9 trades for $208. My Starstock value is about $340. That's based on my chance of getting a 10 or my chance of getting a 9. And so here's my profit on those cards. Still a nice profit even for a February purchase. Now, February was a great time to buy football cards. It was right after the playoffs. The Bills had been eliminated by the Chiefs, and at that point, Josh Allen's cards, they didn't go down very much, but they were available, for purchase at that price, at the $150 price point, which was a good buy then, and it's a good buy now. So basically his prices have stayed pretty constant, and that's a good sign, especially because I don't believe that we've seen the full rise of football cards. I think we're starting to see another upward trend in football, and this is one of the cards that I believe still has room to grow. So those were nice returns, and this is as of today. I went pretty heavy on Sabonis with his Optic rookie cards, and I, again, thought I got a good deal. I paid $50 each plus the $30 grading fee, so $80 into 5 of these Domantas Sabonis Optic rookie cards. And currently the PSA 10 trades for $100, the PSA 9 trades for $50. That's a Starstock value of $75. So I'm roughly break even on these 5 cards. And again, if you bought cards in February and you're break even today, that's not that bad. So I'll take it at this point. I also bought 3 Zach LaVine rookie cards, again, during the peak of the prices, as well as the peak of Zach LaVine. He was, starting to really make the headlines back in February. Unfortunately, they didn't even make the playoffs, so that didn't work out that well. But I paid $98, $92, and $85. You could see here I bought 3 of his select concourse rookie cards. Currently, the PSA 10 trades for $104. The PSA 9 trades for $42. Very low price point. If you can get Zach LaVine PSA 9 cards for $40, I think that's a buy all day. Even if you don't believe in base cards, you would have to pay $30 just to get the card graded. So essentially, you're paying $12 for the actual card itself. If you're a Zach LaVine believer, if you believe that he is going to have another solid season, potentially even make the playoffs, I think there's rumors that he might get traded. He might get traded to a team that can contend. So there's a lot of possibilities. Getting his card at PSA 9 at $40, I think that's a pretty solid buy. I way overpaid for the Starstock A's, but even with that, my losses were $13, $7, and break even. So minimal losses on a Zach LaVine, and I'm going to get back some very nice graded cards when these come back. This card, this is a Zach LaVine Prism SP Variation. It's a silver card. It's a very nice card. I way overpaid for it, and I actually overpaid for it by accident. I won't get into that story, but I paid $250 for it, plus the grading fee. Today, the PSA 10 currently trades for $325, the 9 for $100. So its Starstock A value is about $250. Looks like most of these probably grade a PSA 10, at least based on the percentage. When I looked at the PSA website, I look at their pop count, I look at how many grade a 10 compared to how many were sent in for grading, and I kind of run the percentage on that. So hopefully I get a 10 on this, and anyway, with the probabilities factored in, I have a minor loss of $25. So this one was kind of my fault for overpaying. At one point, this card had gone up to, I want to say, $750 for the PSA 10. So I was fine. I was like, well, I overpaid, but look, the market went up. This card's going up, so I should be fine. Now it's back down, but still the loss is not too terrible. I bought a regular Zach LaVine base Prism rookie card. Again, here there's 275 PSA 10s in existence, not very many. And notice all these cards. There's only 75 PSA 10 Zach LaVine Concourse. There's only 32 of these DeMontis Sabonis Optic PSA 10s. Very low pop counts. They will go up. I don't believe that they're going to go up by the thousands. If anything, they might get up to around here, maybe the 200s, maybe 500 at the most. This is all speculation on my part, but the point is that they're not really high pop counts, and these are very low print run cards to begin with, which is why the pop counts are going to stay low. There just aren't that many cards out there in comparison to Zion Williamson or John Moran or any of the recently printed cards. The other card I went to buy was the Jalen Brown Optic rookie card. Paid $50 for these plus the $30 grading fee. Currently, unfortunately, his season didn't end well either. He had a wrist injury, which cut his season short. The Celtics, they're actually still in the playoffs, but no Jalen Brown, so he was out for the remainder of the season. It's unfortunate, but his PSA 10 still trades for $150. His PSA 9 trades for $45. Again, if you can get a PSA 9 Jalen Brown for around $45, I think that's a good buy. I wouldn't say it's a great buy considering how prices have gone lately, but not your worst investment. Starstock A value 112, so I still made a little bit of a profit on the Jalen Brown, even buying at a high price point of $50. This card raw in a Starstock A is not that much lower. I guess it's probably about $30 now as opposed to $50. Percentage wise, that's a big drop, but dollars wise, that's not that much lower. So this was actually not a bad investment, even short term. I still made a little bit of a profit on that. This was my bigger purchase here. It's Joelle Embiid. I paid $200 for it. I actually got a really good deal again on his base prism, plus the $30 grading fee. The card PSA 10 currently trades for $675. PSA 9 trades for $248. A very high percentage chance that this card will grade a PSA 10. The Starstock A value is $530, so I actually potential profit of $300 on this card, even in the down market, which is great. And the Sixers look good. They look like a team that can contend and possibly give the Nets a run for their money. Now the Nets look really good too, so I wouldn't bet on that, but I could easily see a Sixers Nets Eastern Conference Finals, an exciting series, and that could be good for Joelle Embiid's card prices. So pretty happy about that investment. Then I bought some Julius Randles. This courtside, I got a great deal on that. Looks like I only paid $15 for the card, plus the $30 grading fee. Currently, the PSA 10 trades for $450. The PSA 9 trades for $150. So my Starstock A value is $375, and the profit is $330, 733%. That's insane. I just got an incredible deal on this Randle courtside right before his cards really started to take off, right at the beginning of the season. And I'll tell you what I did. I watched the games. I watched the Knicks play their first maybe 5 games, and I could see that Randle was the star of that team even back then. And I just saw his stat line game to game was just incredible, and his price point. I was able to get his cards for around $10 per card, and they almost all were Starstock A quality cards. So I did luck out on that. I bought this Randle Prism on Starstock for $40 plus the $30 grading fee. Currently, the PSA 10 trades for $295. PSA 9 trades for $125. So Starstock A value was $218.50, and my profit on that was roughly $150. Again, another nice return on investment. I got these Randles. I actually bought a few more of these in another month. We can go over that in another time, another episode. But those were just really nice returns, considering the low price point that I was able to buy those Prism-based rookie cards. I got these 2 Premiers Julius Randles on eBay, paid $10 each, plus the $30 grading fee. This is the best I could come up with as far as a price point. PSA 10 trades for 100, PSA 9 for 40. There just aren't very many cards. If you look, there's a population of 3. So this card is extremely rare. And I would argue that my potential profit here is about $33 based on the formula that I use for Starstock A. I also invested in a couple of Karis LeVerts. These were his base Prism cards, and I way overpaid for these as well. I paid $125 for his base Prism rookie card. At the time, just to put it in perspective, one of his PSA 10s had sold for $600. So when I did my Starstock calculation, it was a win. But as you can see, his PSA 10 now trades for, you can actually get it for under 100 if you follow some auctions. But I would say around $100 is a fair price point. And so with that, I lost $80 on that, that transaction or that card. I bought another one for a little bit cheaper, but not much cheaper. Lost $54 on that one. So those were tough pills to swallow there, considering how much I paid for those cards, and then how the market dropped from February. But everyone experienced that. You're not going to win them all. Last one here is the Brandon Ingram, which actually I did okay on this as well. Looks like I only paid $20. I feel like this, I did not put the grading fee because $20 was too cheap. I paid $50 for the card, plus the $30 grading fee. So actually it comes out to break even. So it looks like I broke even on that Brandon Ingram. Now, one of the things I also wanted to point out is I believe these are all good investments, even today. If you look at Sabonis' stats for the year, 20.3 points, 11.97 rebounds, 6.7 assists. That is a nice stat line for the entire year. This was his breakout year for sure. Compare that to Joelle Embiid, who was a potential MVP candidate. Joelle Embiid here was 28.8 points, 10.57 rebounds, 2.8 assists. So, obviously the scoring is dramatically different between Sabonis and Embiid, but they both, they're both on the boards at about the same rate, and Sabonis is actually a better passer. I think he's an underrated passer for sure, and his assist here shows that, that's an element of his game that is actually better than everyone on this list. Now that I look at it, and Zach LaVine had a nice stat line too: 27.4 points per game, almost 5 rebounds, almost 5 assists. So, I think he's a solid player and going to have a solid year next year as well. Jalen Brown, a breakout year. 24.7 points per game, close to 6 rebounds, 3.4 assists. If he didn't get hurt, maybe the Celtics don't have to go into the play-in game. They might not have to play the Nets in the first round. They might have, been able to make some noise. But, that's just to show the kind of impact that Jalen Brown had on that team. I believe he is one of the 2 superstars. I would say Jason Tatum is 1 and Jalen Brown would be 1A in my opinion. So I think they're very close in terms of their talent and their impact on the team. Look at Julius Randle's stats too. 24.1 points per game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Actually better than Sabonis. Fewer rebounds but more points. But similar to Sabonis' stat line where he's touching all the categories, including assists. And even Karis LeVert, who, by the way, had major surgery during the middle of the season, but still came back and put up 27.7 points per game, 20.7 points per game, 4.63 rebounds, close to 5 assists. Nice stat line. And I believe that if he had played a full season with the Pacers, that he would have gotten even better. He has a lot of potential in my opinion, and I think he's a great buy low right now. Finally, Brandon Ingram, another breakout year. Last year he was the most improved player, and I believe this year he even improved upon that. So 23.8 points per game, close to 5 rebounds, close to 5 assists. Nice stat line. They struggled all year, but he still put up some good numbers. I think all of these guys have great potential for next year. I think this, when I look back and see, that these were the cards that I bought, these were the cards that I sent for grading. I'm actually pretty happy with this. And overall, you could see here on column L, the profit for this particular submission potentially is $1,127. So not bad. That's a 59% ROI. That's purchasing cards at the peak of the market and looking at it today, which today could be the floor. We don't know. These prices could continue to trend downward. But if today is the floor, this is still a nice return on investment. So just wanted to go over this, my submission through Starstock for February, and why I believe that Starstock is really a good place to buy your pre-graded cards and submit for grading if you want to see a nice return on your investment. So that's all I got for you today. Happy Memorial Day again. I hope you have some fun plans, and I will see you on the next one.